$1,000 profit on Facebook today, 25% on Facebook, 39% on Facebook, 53% on Facebook, 21% on Facebook. Facebook was perfect, 25%. So what did we do to make our money on Facebook today? Daily chart time frame, let's talk about why Facebook even made the watch list in the first place. Since the COVID variant news, Facebook and a lot of other FANG stocks have been selling off on the daily chart time frame. All right. Since the recovery of the market and the realization that the COVID variant may not be as big of a deal as it was originally made out to be, these stocks have started to reverse and push back up to the top side. So using the EMA lines on the daily chart time frame, we know that the 200 EMA, which is that blue line, and the 50 EMA, which is that green dotted line, act as natural points of support and resistance. In this case, resistance. Yesterday, Facebook had pushed up to that 200 EMA, got rejected and pulled back. This morning, I'm going to flip it to the 5-minute time frame. We tested that same line that we did yesterday. Remember, this is the 200 EMA, yesterday's high of day. In the pre-market session, couldn't break it and pulled back. And then this morning, intraday, after the market opened, we tested that same level 2 more times before finally breaking over. So this big breakover on the 5-minute time frame, this is your confirmation that Facebook is ready to move up and make a larger move up. We never want to chase this move up though, right? Always trying to get the best entry possible. We know that old resistance at 326, remember that 200 EMA on the daily, should validate as new support if the stock is to continue up, right? So old resistance should validate as new support if the stock is to continue up. That is the 200 EMA, this line on my chart here, the white line. That is the 200 EMA. That is yesterday's high of day. That is the pre-market high, and that is intraday resistance. That is 4 reasons why this level should validate as a support point. So we're going to flip to the 1-minute time frame so you can see this a little more clearly. This is the higher lows and the higher lows here, and the higher highs all being pressed up to that breakout point. This is when you get the breakout move there, all green. Don't want to chase this move up, right? So we wait for that pullback. We want to enter literally as close to the trigger level as possible. So let's just go into the main chat and talk about these mentions, right? 854, Facebook looking to take this long at a 326 dip, and I give you the contracts there. So the 54 mark, that is literally right here. So run up, 1, 2, 3, looking to take this long on a 326 dip, right? A couple minutes later at 856, I'm long on Facebook, small size for now, we'll add if we get a bounce. 856, that's 2 minutes later. So 54, 55, 56, this is our bounce, right? This is where, I think I had mentioned this at the bottom of this candle, but it doesn't really matter. You had plenty of time during this consolidation phase to get in with a stop loss placed at 326. By entering at the bottom here, what you're doing is allowing yourself to give your to be green on the trade right away. So by entering at the bottom, you allow yourself the chance to be green on the trade right away. This means that you're not down 5% or 10% and holding through some downtime and hoping for a reversal. You're actually up 5% or 10%. And then you're just chilling, right? Because at this point, this should not come back and put you at break even or a loss, in fact. This should continue to push up, and that's exactly what it did. So we bought the bounce. We're holding through. I mentioned if we get another test, I might add again if it holds. Facebook bounce is working, and then we got the new recent high that was at 903 that I posted that. I think that was right here. Yeah, so the run up, the new recent high, and then there's your big pop move up into the high of day. Of course, that pop move there gave us 20%. So here we go. Facebook, picture perfect play. There's the same contracts. They ran from 3.5 to 420. And 3.5 is a, they actually dipped down lower than that. They were down at like 3.2, 3.3, 3.4. But 3.5 was the average during this consolidation time. So those ran from 3.5, the average, to 420 and beyond at this time, at this point for 20%. right? Does not get any easier. Straight off the watch list, called in chat, dip entry was time stamped. Even if you did not have me walking you through this play, the watch list here, the side chart watch list, Facebook was a long idea over 326 for that reason, right? 326 right here. So you don't necessarily need me to be walking you through these plays. I'm giving you my breakdown on it because I want you to understand why I make the callouts that I do. But again, if you're just following the watch list according to the watch list training rules, you will do just fine in this server regardless of who's calling out plays when and where, because my callouts, I rarely deviate from this watch list. I rarely deviate from the watch list rules. I really try to just trade something that is simple like this. You know, we don't need to go overboard and crazy with trying to find all these different big multi-day runners or multi-100% gainers. You know, this right here, base hit play, low stress play, straight off the watch list. This is what's going to make your account grow if you can execute this type of trade consistently. So if that means that you need to wait for a big bounce or a big breakout over trigger level and the perfect pullback to the trigger level to test the support before you take an entry, then so be it. Micro focusing these types of setups right here, though, every single day is what is going to make that account grow. And if you may not get this every day, right? But that's trading. Wait and stay patient on the best setups because it'll pay off. And our dip entry, I mean, we literally got the best entry. Does not get any better than that. All right, that's all I wanted to do was break down this trade. It was a really nice trade. Percentage-wise, you know, we still hit our 20%. I didn't use a ton of capital on this trade. I still made $1,000 profit, but didn't use a ton of capital. And that was just partially because /ES was coming down, so I didn't want to take on a ton of risk. But, I mean, hey, $1,000 a day still keeps that 9 to 5 away. I'm really proud of all of you that took profits on this trade. Yeah, look at that. People are still posting on that Facebook. 12%, 20% on Facebook, 60% on Facebook, 20%. Yeah, congrats to everybody that took money on this trade. Really proud of you all. This is what this server is about. So learn from this. Take notes if you have to. Rewatch this video if you have to. Thank you all for your time. Drop a like for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I'll see you all in chat. Take care.